No, that ain't it. There we go. There we go. Morning, Tony. Ty Davis. What up, Shanova? Good morning. How you doing? Hey, Shalonda. I'm sorry I'm late. I had to make some breakfast this morning. I had to give him breakfast this morning. I'm sorry. It is colder than a mug outside. I had to get some breakfast this morning. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm starving. Yes, I survived the sleep out. Melissa. What up, Sequoia? Come on in. Come on in, Sequoia. Hope all is well with you today. Wishing everybody a beautiful, happy Monday. Wishing everybody a wonderful, wonderful, incredible Monday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, I survived Richmond. Matter of fact, I had an incredible show in Richmond. What shirts? Nevada? You need a free hoodie. Oh, I don't know, free hoodie. Yes, I survived Richmond. We had a great show in Richmond, D. Show was off the chain in Richmond, and then I came back and we had a bomb-ass show Saturday night in Bowie. Lisa, what up? Gwen, what up? Anybody I didn't see? Good morning, Ursula. No? Oh, you need a few more of these. At this stage of the game, thank you, Lisa. Lisa came to the show. Bet for all your phone calls. So Lisa came to the show Saturday night. Had a good damn time. Her and her girlfriend came. Lisa, stop telling everybody I chased Mr. Charles away. I ain't had nothing to do with Mr. Charles leaving. Don't worry me, Lisa. Lisa say I looked Mr. Charles up and down. Lisa said I had something to do with her leaving Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles is probably a good man, Lisa. I ain't had nothing to do with that man. All I did is say, how you doing, brother? Dapped him up. Next thing I know, you said that I looked him up and down, and you knew that you wasn't going to be with Mr. Charles no more. I ain't had nothing to do with that. So, Friday night, yes, I was at the Altria Theater. So let me tell y'all how that went. I'm proud of myself for accomplishing this. He ain't for you. I get that. So, after doing a sleep out on Thursday night. Now, if y'all remember, I worked all day Thursday. Got off the air. I had to do the morning show Thursday. Because I didn't do this live broadcast. Because I had to go be on the morning show at the TV station. So it's up in the morning, 6, do your workout, blah, blah, blah. Morning show. Stick around, do my show, leave my show, go down to the wharf, do a couple of more hours of news, leave there, go home, change clothes, come back, and then sleep out at the wharf overnight on the hard whatever. My hip's still hurting. Get up in the morning, go get a haircut, go back to the station, do Friday's show, hop in my car, and then drive to Richmond to be on time for a show, 8 o'clock Friday night in Richmond, and you gotta bring fire. Good morning, Elise. Hope you're doing good. So, it was my first tour date. It was my first show with Samore. I was with Samore, Bruce. It was Samore, Bruce, Ali Sadiq, Talent, and me. And I think I had a good show. Somebody hit me. They said I had a great show. I think I had a good set. Samore seemed to be happy with the set. What up, Aunt Mo? And then I got up bright and early Saturday morning, drove back from Richmond to DC to make sure that we was on point for our own show Saturday night. Did 2 shows Saturday night. Great shows. Great shows. And Sunday was family time. I ain't gonna front. I ain't do much for the family yesterday. I took them to breakfast, and then that was pretty much all Daddy did. Daddy took him to breakfast yesterday, and that was pretty much it. Daddy was done. And I was still tired from the sleep out. I'm still trying to catch up to that sleep out. I'm still tired from that shit. That junk was no joke. Staying out overnight and then putting the rest of your life on top of that. Yeah, it's hard for you to perform, and you can't stay up at that. You can't maintain that pace. You know what I'm saying? Aunt Mo, what it do? Good question this morning. Boom. Good question, Ursula. Let's start there. Joe, what made you get in the Army? How did you know that it was your calling? All right, two things. One, I was good at it, Ursula. 2, I did not want a job. I could not see myself getting a regular job. When I was graduating from college and everybody was, doing their resumes and going and interviews, I was like, I can't see me doing this for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of my life. And so, I went with what I was good at. I was good at comedy, and I was a party promoter at the same time, and that's what started that whole thing. That's what started the whole thing, Ursula. I was like, fuck that. I can't go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? What's this on my job? I hate when it be, look, I can see myself on camera, and I hate when I see stuff. I was good at it. People would say, you funny. And I'm not like, I'm not about, I got you 1 second, Paul. Sincere Paul. The sleep out was for homeless kids, but 1 second. I just couldn't go to work every day, Ursula. I could not go to work every day, Ursula. I just couldn't do it. And I said, let me give myself a shot at seeing. I was young. I was single. The only obligations I had were to myself. And I said, the only person I'm obligated to is me, well, then I'm obligated to find as much happiness while I'm here. One of the biggest things that I saw people doing was going to work 8 hours a day and then coming home mad about the 8 hours they just gave to somebody else. I was like, I don't think I could do that. I think I would be mad at work. I would be cussing people out. I would be a problematic employee. I have a problem with authority. I don't think that anybody is better than anybody else, so I have a problem with authority. And that's what it was. That's how I got started. Thank you, Ursula. She said, that's great because your talent is very genuine and organic. And Ursula, now that's part of my problem as well. Because I'm not a disciplined comedian. A lot of my friends, they write jokes every day. I don't write jokes. I do not have a joke notebook anywhere. I have a few jokes written down on my phone of ideas that I should try, but I never write down jokes. So if I was a little bit more disciplined, I would probably be that much better of a comedian. So that's That's my plight. Robin says, hey, what's the difference between you're funny and you should be a comedian? I don't know. I guess if you asking me sitting here at this age, you're funny denotes we love hearing you talk, and that shit you say is funny to us. You should be a comedian says, you know what? I can see you on stage doing this shit. And that was one of the things they would say to my dad all the time and my brother. My brother and my dad, they would always say, man, y'all should be comedians. My brother is way funnier than me. Way funnier than me. Much more funny than me. But I don't think he ever had the passion to go on stage, and that just wasn't his thing. Me, I love going on stage. When they call my name, I be nervous. It be butterflies. My stomach be right here. Right? And then they say my name, and then that goes away. And and then it's playtime. Then it's really like playtime. I feel like a kid. It's like after they call my name, you know what I mean? After they call my name and they give me the mic, it's playtime. And I feel like a 7-year-old again, a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old. I feel like a teenager. I feel like a toddler. It's playtime. Right now for this 15 minutes, this 20 minutes, this 45 minutes, this hour that they're giving me, I don't gotta do nothing else counts except for playing and effective playing. And it's competitive too. Oh yeah, you still get nervous. Sorrel Hatchet say you still get nervous? Yeah, you still get nervous. Oh yeah, because it's a room full of black people. I tell jokes in majority rooms full of black folks who now worked hard for these tickets. And if it's a Friday night show, that means they had to go to work, get off, come home, change clothes, shower, take care of the kids, all that other shit. You know, he gotta get dressed, she gotta get dressed, they gotta get in the car, they gotta get to the theater, gotta be on time, getting their sits, get a drink, and then sit their ass down and sit still. And now they expect you to take all of that, all that energy to another level. So yes, I do get nervous. Sorrel Hatcher. Yes, I do get nervous. Hell yeah, because black people will boo your motherfucking ass. I came up in a time where you will get booed. I come from when black folks was booing comedians. You understand? Throw shit at you. I done had people come up on the stage, everything. We done had fights break out the whole nine. People get hit with tomatoes and shit. Everything. I've seen it all. Eggs thrown. The whole nine. And so, you know, it's real. Telling jokes to black people is real. And black folks have a high standard. Thank you, Aunt Mo. Black folks got a high standard of what makes them laugh. You know what makes us laugh is you know, I'll call it the Newport effect. It's like everybody, there's a million brands of cigarettes. Newports was number one for a reason. Them menthols and shit was it. You know what I mean? It's like when you tell jokes for black folks, it's like you gotta be like a Popeye's spicy breast. Now you eat a Popeye's mild breast, but that spicy breast be on hit if your stomach can take it and your mouth can take it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you really gotta bring it when it come to black folks. Black folks don't fuck around. Just think about it. When you go to the comedy show, when the motherfucker is remotely not funny, you let him have it. The motherfucker better bring it the whole time. Mm-hmm. I equate the way that we, for real, I equate like how we laugh and how we go at things, what we want in our entertainment, how we want our food, how we want our life to be to Popeyes. Nobody come to Popeyes for baked chicken. You come to Popeyes for spicy breast. When you come to the Samoa Royal Comedy Tour, you know what I mean? And Samoa's the headliner, and you know, you gotta be fucking funny. Y'all expect people, black people expect you to be fucking funny. You hear me? Black people don't go for that he kinda funny shit. I mean, we love Dave Chappelle. My bad. Y'all see the lineup? I was still talking. Lavelle wasn't there, but Bruce, Ali Sadiq, Samoa, myself, and Talent were there. And boy, we had a good damn time on Friday night. Y'all see this lineup? You on this lineup, you better fucking bring it. And so I got to show off and show out. Good morning, Brett. I got to show off and show out. They expect that, so black people expect that funny. And if you don't come with it, it's gonna be problems. So that can be nerve-wracking. Y'all see how Dave Chappelle, we love Dave Chappelle, right? But, you know, it wasn't until, like Dave Chappelle was on Def Comedy Jam. Dave Chappelle was on all of the black shows, but black people wasn't going to see him. White folks was going to see Dave Chappelle. We was going to see Martin and Bruce and Samoa and Dave Chappelle was, and then then the Chappelle show came out and we realized how hard he go. Then we started realizing what the fuck is going on with Dave Chappelle. But the average, everyday, all day black comedian, black comedy connoisseur, oh yeah, y'all, you better come with that fire. You better come with fire. All night long, nigga. We not playing. Much as I paid for these tickets, I had to pick her ass up. Joe Clair, you better be funny. You know what I'm saying? Chris Rock too. Kintelligent, what's up? Yeah, you better be fucking funny. Somebody just asked me a question I saw. Alan say, who your top 5 comedians all time? So, all right, this question is difficult, and I'm going to tell the Babs. Sansaria Paul asked a question, too. Hold on. Yeah, writing a set is hard. I'll tell you about a set in a second, Sansaria. But Alan say, name off top 5 of all times. All right, so the top 5 of all time. First of all, I am my favorite comedian. So my top 5 has an asterisk next to it. Cause to me, I'm the funniest. Like, to me, I'm the funniest. Now, let's talk comedy game. Because being the funniest is not necessarily being the most talented. Or being the actual best comedian. You understand what I mean? Dave Chappelle, the GOAT. My top 5 of all times, people I love to watch. Robin Harris. I can't even, I got a laugh thing about him. Bernie Mac. Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Robin Harris, Bernie Mac, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy. And then this fifth position right here, it rotates. There's a lot of people that fill in that fifth position for me. Sometimes it's my homegirl Dominique, who's gonna be at my New Year's Eve show at Bangin' and Bowie, because she's, I mean, and maybe it's because I'm in close proximity to her, but god damn, she's funny. But then other days it's my man Eddie Bryant. When I'm talking to him on the phone, if the shit that he said on the phone could make it to the stage, they wouldn't be able to touch Eddie. I mean, I don't even put Richard Pryor in. He don't even go in a category. Like, saying like Richard Pryor, your top 5 is like saying, you know, Michael Jordan's one of the greatest players of all. We know that. That's just by default. You know, you kind of give Richard Pryor that by default. New Year's Eve tickets going on sale hopefully tomorrow. Got bombshell Kim Whitley. Ha ha ha! Yes. Kim Whitley is coming, y'all, with Dominique and Howie Bell and myself. And I don't know if y'all know, Kim Whitley has stopped telling jokes for a minute because David Arnold passed away. Kim Whitley and David Arnold were a comedy duo that had toured together for a couple of years. And that's going to be fire for New Year's Eve. And I got Dominique. Dominique from Tom Joyner. Dominique from Chappelle Show. Dominique from, you know, that's what it is. But, you know, so being funny is one thing, but then being a comedian is a whole nother skill set. You know, being a comedian is another skill set. Now, that takes, you know, what Steve Harvey said, you gotta work at that craft. Yeah, you gotta work at that craft. Like, D.L. Hughley goes out and works 48 to 50 weekends out of every year at the comedy club. D.L. Hughley doesn't have a television show. He doesn't do movies. He does do radio during the week. But for the most part, D.L. Hughley goes out and tells jokes. He is so effective and impactful and skilled at it that, like, DL doesn't have a pre-show ritual. Like, I have a pre-show ritual. Before the show, I can't talk to y'all. 5 to 10 minutes before the show, everybody get the fuck away from me. I don't want to talk to nobody. All right, yeah. Good. You ready to knock him out? Yeah, don't say nothing else to me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. DL Hughley be talking to people on his way to the stage. Yeah, because these motherfuckers blah, 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 blah. Then he grabbed the mic and goes into his set and start killing off the break. I'm not that skilled yet. You understand what I mean? So telling joke, being funny and telling and being a stand-up are two totally different skill sets. And now somebody asked, I'm glad we having a comedy, we ain't had this conversation before, huh? So my top 5, Bernie, Robin, Harris, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, and then this fifth one rotates. Some days it's Dominique, some days it's Eddie Bryant, some days it's it's Deion Cole, some days it's I like people who go Patrice O'Neal, Greer Barnes, Tracy Morgan, fucking shit, man. You know, that fifth one is how it's a revolving character, a revolving person. I'm crazy like that. Now, my man Allen say, how do you feel about the internet comedians claiming that title and not really doing the proper steps like on stage comedians? I feel great about internet comics, if that's what they want to call themselves. They took the technology and made it work for them. They're feeding their families off of their talent. They are, making an impact. They're being influential. So I love what they do. But being a comic on Instagram and then being a comic on stage is often two totally different skill sets. Some of them can do both. Some of them can do both and are having great careers doing both. Some of them can't. I don't feel any kind of way. This is the only way I feel about any comedian. Every comedian. When it's time for that show, remember that these people paid their motherfucking money and you better be funny. You better give it to them. Like I said earlier, you better give it to them. Now, if you from the internet and you give these people what they want, god damn, that shit was funny. If not, but it's grown, it's regular on stage comedians that I be like, if it wasn't for the movies, he would not be on stage. If he wasn't popular, he would not be on this microphone. So don't get it twisted. It ain't just internet comedians. It's comedians. If it wasn't for the movies, he wouldn't be where he is. She wouldn't be where she is if you didn't see her on television. So now, that's real talk. That is real talk. So whoever the comedian is, I don't care where you come from, just as long as you give these people what you're supposed to give them when they hire you on Friday night and Saturday night, way to go. Hey, Monica, good morning. Now, yes, let's talk about this part. I watched Deion Cole stand up, Charlene's boy. I watched it twice, three times this weekend. Man, it was good and funny as fuck. But at the end of it, he touched on how comedians might be hurting, but he said, y'all got to put away everything that's hurting y'all on in order to make us happy. And he wanted to talk about how he lost his mom. So I applaud all of you comedians, Joe. Yeah, right after I lost my dad, I had to, it was on. It's on. It's on. My mother going through cancer. Okay, it's on. I just finished having an argument with the woman I love, and I got a show to do. I'm sad. There's two sides to that though. Don't cry for us. There's that part. But then also remember, as comedians, we always find some funny shit. How we find some funny shit, what's going on inside of us may be the thing you might want to examine. After some therapy, after talking to a counselor a couple of times, I realized that part of my funny is a defense mechanism. When you funny, it keeps people off you. But also, being funny would ease the tension in the house. When my father would be about to lose his fucking mind, I would try to do whatever I could to, oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes, how can I ease this? When things are going on around here, how can I ease this? Can I bring some levity to this to make everybody go back to a better state, a better frequency? If you understand what I'm saying? So, that's what it is. That's the two parts of being a comedian. You go through anger, you go through sadness, you go through heartbreak, you go through all of the emotions like everybody else. But you get to funny by going through those things and realizing that, you know how to shirk it off. Now, one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is when I'm watching comedians, some comedians have carried that over into their adult lives and don't know how to not function without being a comedian. There are comedians who you will go to their homes and see them on a Tuesday afternoon and it's fucking miserable. It's like just a miserable person, a person that's just not in a happy, good place. And they find that the one thing that counts for them is Saturday night. Saturday night, Friday night, Thursday night. That's but then you see this motherfucker on Tuesday, it's horrible. I don't want to hang out with him. No. And it's only a handful of comedians I will hang out with. Cause he's miserable. He's miserable. The only thing y'all have in common is the fact that we know how to make people laugh. And I don't like, while I love you, I don't like being around that energy but so much because that shit gonna start weighing off on me. I don't want See what I'm saying? Do I think that Charleston White would be a better comedian than T.I.? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. It's gonna come down to who does the work. Tip is funny. Charleston White is funny. They said Charleston White did okay when he did his comedy show. So, that's just, and comedy is subjective. Isn't that the word I want to use? Subjective. Comedy is subjective. So what I think is funny is not necessarily what somebody else thinks is funny. Excuse me. Y'all gotta understand my background. I grew up in Peppermill Village in Seat Pleasant, Maryland / Capitol Heights, Maryland. And I grew up lower middle class in America. So I see the world in a very unique way. I grew up right outside of Washington, D.C., so my proximity to the seat of power informs my sense of humor. Political humor was always talked about. The trash man all the way up to the lawyer talked about politicized humor, right? So I see things a different way. Then I grew up in the 80s where Eddie Murphy came about and Eddie Murphy's sensibility came about. So I was fortunate enough and lucky enough to be born in a time where the Eddie Murphy sensibility was on the planet. I would watch Saturday Night Live and then I would watch his specials and I got that. And then Martin Lawrence and that line of thinking was, and then Def Jam came out. So the way I see, and then I had educated parents. My dad is educated, my mom is educated. So that informed how I understood comedy. My father's, Robert Gray was good with you. My father was hilarious. I just thought he was regular. I didn't, people were like, your father's so funny. And I'm like, I'm not laughing. Because he whip ass. After he say all this shit that he saying to y'all. After he say all this stuff he say to y'all, he be around here yelling and mad. So y'all laughing, he ain't funny. The shit ain't funny to me. It was once I was grown, I realized how funny he was. You understand what I mean? But growing up, I didn't think my father was funny. So me mimicking him, I don't necessarily think I'm being funny. And people are sitting there laughing. I'm like, what did I say? I don't get it. I'm just saying the real shit. Hey, Kenneth Harrell, I like that. I like your avatar. Yeah, my father was, thank you, Rob. My father was funny and cool as hell. My pops was super cool around y'all. You should see when he was around us. Nigga was high his whole life. Robin says, how do you feel about white writers being behind black comedians? Or should I say writing for black comedians? I don't know many that do. If it's funny, fine. Listen, let's break down that. Even with race, when I here's my thing. Like when white people have jokes about black folks, I am of the mind the shit better be funny, white boy. I know it's gonna be racist. I already know it's gonna be racist. But the shit better be funny. Cause if it ain't funny, then we gonna whip your ass. It better be funny. You know what I mean? Degrading is one thing. That's fine. Everybody can be degrading against another race. I can easily pick up stuff and just start picking out easy stuff about another race or about women or about, gays or whatever. can you craft something that's actually funny? You feel what I mean? And so there it is. Q Quincy, what it do? Q, what up? What up? So that's how I feel about it. When I watch women who got a lot of jokes about, men are this, men, as long as it's funny. Is the shit funny? Because that's her job. Her job is to be funny. If the shit is funny, I'm dying laughing. If the shit ain't funny, get the fuck off the stage. If you got jokes about me, even when y'all on here, if you got jokes about me, they better be funny. I don't give, you can talk about me all, the shit better be funny. And you better be ready to take one back. That's the other part. Because just like you can hit, you can get hit back. So that's how I feel about it. If people got jokes about black folks, I'm really just like, it better be funny. Oh yeah, my man Quincy on here. I heard y'all tore down Richmond, Virginia. Oh yeah, we had a motherfucking ball in Richmond, Q. Me, Talent, Samore, Ali Sadiq, Bruce. We had a great time in Richmond. Hopefully we do some more of them shits, young Q. Now, Anthony Murphy says white comedy and black comedy differs greatly. Now, for me, I gotta be quite honest. I'm from a hood. I went to an HBCU. My high school was predominantly black. My junior high school was predominantly black. My elementary school was predominantly black. My college, 99.9% black. We had three white students. I got out of college. First job I had was as a social worker, mostly black folks. Then I went to work at BET. Super black. Bliggity, 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 bliggity black. TV One, Radio One. I'm on tour with all black comedians. I did Def Jam comedy tour. So for me, I am very, 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 very black in America. You feel what I mean? Very, very black in America. So when it comes to white, quote unquote, white comedy and black comedy, my tastes are set a different way. So while I understand white comics, a lot of the times they do not necessarily make me laugh. I understand I understand why the other people are laughing. But I'm sitting over here like, okay, it's cool, but it ain't. It's like when you listen to white music. Like, I just had to listen to Taylor Swift's album as part of this new job. A lot of the people at the job are Taylor Swift fans. I don't know nothing about Taylor Swift, so they said listen to the new Taylor Swift album. I went and listened to the Taylor Swift album. It was cool. The beats was cool, and I understand her songwriting is I get it. She ain't got a nothing on Mary J. Blige. She ain't got a thing on MJ. Mary J. Blige is singer out the mother arena. You feel what I mean? You better not let Mary J. Blige do a feature on your show, Taylor Swift. Them Swifties gonna find out something. You feel what I mean? And that's how I feel about comedy. There are some white comics who fucking make me I'm sitting here looking at his face. Is my favorite. Bill Burr. You feel what I mean? Robert Stevenson said, fuck it. Hold on, we gotta take a break from this comedy. Let's take a break from the comedy conversation for 1 second and address this fucking Bob Johnson. So mad he sold BET. Don't be mad at that man. That man knew he needed to sell that company. We need a new BET. We have to, if the BET we would like to see, we have to build it. I ain't mad at Bob Johnson for selling BET. He's a businessman. He wasn't in the culture business. He was in business. And in business, I'm going to sell this joint for $3 billion and exit. That's what I'm going to do. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not mad at Bob Johnson for the selling. And I worked there. Remember, I was an employee. I was an employee at BET. I ain't mad he sold it. I'm not mad that he sold that. And the challenge is now, why though? I understand, but that was ours. Nah, Robin, that's where we got it wrong. That was his. That was his network. That wasn't our network. That was Bob Johnson's network. You understand? So it was his to do what he wanted with it. And that's where we keep getting messed up in business and, in the larger economic picture. We need this for us. He needed that for this business. In business, you can't be, you feel what I mean? You can't worry about how the people feel if it doesn't make business sense. It's business. Let's put it this way. If drug dealers took emotion into account, they dead the first day they become a drug dealer. That's not a good business move for them. Doesn't have anything to do with that. You feel what I mean? Now I could see why we feel that way. I completely understand why you feel that way, Robin, and to a certain degree, embrace that feeling. But at the end of the day, as a man, and I know that lady and them kids is upstairs. Oh yeah, I gotta sell this. I gotta sell this joint right here. I gotta sell it. Matter of fact, I gotta sell it today. What if the $3 billion deal offer that he didn't take, and then he just watched BET's viewership decline year after year after year after year after year? Because let's be quite honest, how much BET you watch now? Everybody say, well, we don't watch BET because somebody else own it. That's what he knew. He knew eventually y'all would turn on him too. Let this be somebody else's problem. I'm going to go ahead and sell this to somebody else. Now, Tyler Perry has Tyler Perry Studios. Tyler Perry has Tyler Perry Studios. And Bob Johnson actually heads up a studio. Let's not get it. Bob Johnson still makes content. See, he let go of the network, but he still makes content. Him and Tracy Edmonds were making movies together, right? After he left BET. Tyler Perry is a content creator. He doesn't own a network. It's not the Tyler Perry Network. He's a content creator, and Tyler Perry sells his content to Viacom and BET. Tyler sells his stuff to Oprah's network, to OWN. You feel what I'm saying? Tyler sells his shit. Him and Bob Johnson, two totally different things. Bob Johnson didn't write movie scripts. Bob Johnson he doesn't write rhymes. Bob Johnson didn't do stage plays. Bob Johnson was a businessman who came from corporate America and then got into media. So he saw media as a commodity, as a thing. It's not, to him, it's not personal. So this business kind of act. You feel what I mean? Tyler Perry sells his content. Bob Johnson didn't create content. If you understand what I'm saying. Think about it. Bob Johnson ran videos and got wealthy. That was free content. So we talk about, man, I miss videos on BET. Because videos were cheap, videos were free, and paying the VJs was cheap in terms of content. You feel what I mean? Producing a sitcom costs a lot of fucking money. Nah, do video shows. Real easy. And there you go. Number one rule in business is to make money. Everything else comes second. And black folks better. That's what we better teach our children. If we ever want to change ourselves economically. Winter used to work at BET. Shout out to Donnie Simpson. I would have sold that motherfucker too. They might as well call it Pukey in them channel. BET don't show nothing but 26-inch weaves, BBLs, drinks being thrown, cross table ass content. So tired of seeing us like that on TV. King Cannon wanna know, Joe, how much was you making as host of Rap City or other shows on BET? I don't remember exactly how much I was making, but it was good money for when you was 22, 23, 24, 25 years old. I was definitely six figures or better. And then I would go hustle up the rest. So I make my BET check, I would make my radio check, and then I would go tell jokes, and all of those was six figures or better. You know. It's a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. BET was one check. That's how I still see it now. Fox, that I'm on Fox, that's one check. Comedy, a whole nother check. Fuck that. Coffee, something else. No, black people better get the fuck up. Get them on. Get the fuck up. Oh, it's $9.50. Damn, I forgot to. And here's how everything is subjective. So somebody just says, you know, they tired of the BET content, but Robin says VH1 shows that. BET has some good content now. Thank you, Callie C. 9:51 in the morning time. Thank you, Callie C. So that's how it goes. You know, it's all subjective. And if you're in business, the whims of the people, how people feel about you and all that other stuff, will fuck your head up. So hold up, let's leave that over there. Let's look at the business. And the business for Bob Johnson said, man, sell this shit. And he did. He sold that joint, and that's what it was. I, on the other hand, I'm an artist. I come from create content. I come from being a creator. So as a creator, I would never sell my entity. I own Clarity Media. I own JC Entertainment Concepts. I own that, so I would never sell that. But if I started a network, Alan, I'm thinking heavy about that, Alan. If I started a network, I might get tired of running a network and sell that. Byron Allen should buy BET. Byron Allen don't want BET. Byron Allen saw that I better own the Weather Channel. It's easier to own the Weather Channel. You feel what I mean? Byron Allen bought the Weather Channel and the Griot. And it's easier. It's just much easier. Viacom owns BET, and it's Sheila Johnson on the... Well, shout out. Yep, let's make sure we go give that Salamander some of our money. Sheila Johnson owns the Salamander. It used to be the Mandarin Oriental down in Southwest. It's now Sheila Johnson's. She bought that. Let's make sure we go and support Sheila Johnson. It's gonna cost you some money. Byron Allen, very bright man. I follow Byron. I've been following Byron Allen for a good while. Very bright man. He helps inform some of the moves I make. Byron is with BET's VP Curtis Simmons, though close enough. Yeah, because Curtis Simmons owns HBCU Go. HBCU Go is another black-owned network that specializes in content for the HBCU community. They air black college football and everything else, and Byron Allen bought that. You feel what I mean? You feel what I mean? Yes, Sheila Johnson has a Salamander Spa in Middleburg and the Salamander Hotel in Southwest Washington, D.C. If you can, make sure you give Sheila Johnson some of your money. That's supporting black folks. And now, what do black folks say? That motherfucker costs too much. Then what is it? Is it, you see what I mean? HBCU Go. Yeah, look it up. Look up the HBCU Go. I got too much mucus. HBCU Go. Great channel. All right, listen, everybody. I am getting ready to head off to Fox 5. We don't have a show today because of the World Cup. We won't be on air, but I am going up there for meetings today. I will not be on air today. I won't be on air today because of the World Cup. Make sure you look. I'm reading y'all's. So I'm reading. I'm reading everything. Look at the ladies. Yeah, it costs a lot, but the service. Oh my God. Her resort is worth the money. App Hotel Tonight just had a good deal for under $600 a night before taxes. I finally got my stay after a 4-year hiatus. Yes, it's going to hit you, but shit, the shit do be nice. And I think that everybody should experience that once in their life or twice in their life. Why not? I'm not spending all that money on that. That's not for you then. If your mindset is I need to experience, I might not be wealthy, but I want to feel some of the shit that the wealthy people feel. Cool, go experience it. Go experience it. You feel what I'm saying? Don't be foolish, but experience it. You have a great one too, Nicole. HBCU did you go to make Morgan? I don't know what that means. But yeah, I went to Morgan. You welcome, Jordan. All of y'all welcome. Is that my man Jordan from the comedy show? Larry, I see you in here flirting every day too. Can we go ahead and address this shit? Peace and blessings, Nicole and Tiffany Bryan and the Babs crew. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Have a great, productive day. No DMV zone today because of World Cup action. USA versus Wales. Let's go, USA. Man, I see you in. Yeah, you always talking to Tiffany and Nicole. What is that about, Larry? Huh? Larry Abraham. I see, nigga, we see you. We see you, Larry. We see you, Larry. See y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna start putting shows together and talk about what we're gonna talk about every morning. If you have show ideas, DM me show ideas. Things that we should discuss, because this was a great talk. We started out as comedy and went into Bob Johnson. And we can have 2 topics a show. Show tomorrow. Tomorrow's show is we gonna take Nevadas. I need to be hooked up with a nice husband-minded fella. Oh, Nicole. I hate to tell you, but there's no such thing as a husband-minded fella. Every man has the potential to be a husband-minded, but you gotta be the one to get him husband-minded. It just don't happen. Oh, no. We gonna talk about this tomorrow. I'm writing this down. Husband-minded fella on tomorrow's show. Husband-minded fella on tomorrow's show. Let's get out of here. Look at Alan. I can't be here for that one. I found my headache. Well, since I am married and I am in the middle of being husband-minded, we're going to have a very frank talk tomorrow. Y'all might not hear all the shit I got to say, ladies. Fellas, you might not want to hear all the, you might not like all the shit I got to say tomorrow either, but we're going to talk about it. I'm getting out of here. How about if I leave with my favorite? Woo! Look, Robin say, what does that even mean? You know what it means, Robin. But we're going to talk about it. I see y'all tomorrow.